Welcome to another day of Making It Happen with your favorite creator, Layla Fairley. I'm here with some very ice cold special guests. Can you guys please introduce yourself, your name and your org, please?
Yes, I'm John Russell. I'm a senior at USC. I'm a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated by way of the Alpha Delta chapter.
I'm Prince Brandon Johnson. I'm a junior at Cal State University, Los Angeles, and I'm also a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated by way of the Alpha Delta chapter.
And my name is Claude Daniels. I'm a third-year economics major here at the University of Southern California, and I'm also a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated by way of the Alpha Delta chapter.
Yeah.
Nice. So, if our viewers aren't there or not familiar with the D9, Alpha Phi Alpha is the first intercollegiate Greek letter fraternity established for African American men. It was founded on December 4th, 1906, and their men have always been and continue to be servants of all, committing to service and being an intricate pillar of the community. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys for being here with us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course. So, we were recently at an event you guys had at Centennial High School. Can you give us a recap of what happened?
Yeah, so the event, we had a college applications workshop, specifically for the high school seniors there. The idea came about, this is something that we wanted to do. I'm familiar with Centennial High School. I have family that went there. We had a connection there. One of our fraternity brothers, his mentor, he had a mentor there. And he said we could come in one day, with the kids and stuff. And then it just spawned into like a lot of other stuff we did that day too. We talked with like the freshman class like about college readiness and like Divine Nine exposure. We talked to them a little bit about that. But the main thing was really like the college application workshop. And we're trying to do that more with like a lot of the schools like in the South Central area for specifically targeting like the black students there.
Love to hear it. So, how do you think the event helped to bridge the gap between the accessibility of resources for marginalized communities, specifically in South Central?
Speaking from like my personal experience, when I was like applying for college, like college students weren't coming in, so like seeing like people who not only look like we look like each other, so like it's easier to like be more receptive to like that type of care and like help, to see each other like want to shine and succeed, but then also like black, especially in Los Angeles, like black Greek organizations aren't prominently like recognized or known. A lot of people like myself are first gen, so I think like that exposure overall, coming in and helping them.
Nice.
Help bridge the gap.
I think like he was saying, just like the presence of being there, because that's what we were seeing. We weren't seeing like a lot of colleges coming in and interacting with the children, with the students, and how they're supposed to get it, if we don't help them. And I think just us being there, like, I specifically made a point like to wear like a USC sweater, the Alpha thing, to show them like both, like you could get this and that. I think just them seeing other people in those positions, it's gonna help them, kind of give them that motivation that I can do this too, and that these people actually care about me and that this is possible. This is something possible for me to obtain. It just exposes them to like a different type of lifestyle, than what they probably, some of them are maybe used to.
I love that. It definitely probably created some very special memories for those students.
Yeah.
On the topic of that, have you ever created a special memory with someone just by helping them, whether it be just making them laugh, making them smile? It can be small or big.
Something that I like to do is definitely like mentorship for sure, because I'm from Atlanta, so it's like in the community that I was brought up in, there wasn't like a lot of people that we could look up to. So one of the biggest reasons that I wanted to join this fraternity was because there was many men that were a part of this fraternity that kind of helped shape who I was today. And I knew that when I wanted to go back to Atlanta, I kind of wanted to instill those same values into like the same people. So I know early on in the semester, I go back and forth between like Atlanta a lot. So I also go back to my high school a lot and talk to a lot of the kids there. My teachers always try to like bring me back like, hey, like we seen like you just becoming alpha, you need to come and like talk to people. And I was like, you know what, okay, like like that's fine. But I think something I really appreciated doing was like actually going back to where I was from, going back to my high school and just saying like, yeah, knowing from the community that we're part of, you can go to a university like USC. You have the resources and the access to go there, because when you look at it, a lot of people from my school didn't even go to college. Like a lot of people didn't go to college. A lot of people are first generation students like myself. A lot of people were raised in single parent households like myself. So it's like bridging those gaps between, a lot of those like black men and like even black women as well in Atlanta was definitely like one of the biggest things I'm proud of.
Right. So speaking of Atlanta and your home bringing, how has your home community shaped who you are today?
I think for me, I like I grew up in like Los Angeles County area, but I moved around a lot coming up, and I switched between households throughout my life between my mom and my dad. Both, my mom was single parent. My father was like he had a partner. So, but growing up in that, it changed me because I only did move around a lot, so I didn't really get like that sense of like community until I really came into college and gravitated towards like organizations like Black Student Union, and then ultimately into my fraternity. That was really my first real sense of community, I would say. Because like in high school and middle school, I would commute to school via the bus. So beyond like my bus route people that I had with for like 4 years, I didn't really have like that community growing up too much.
Me, like I lived in Los Angeles area, like in Inglewood, for like part of my life, and then I moved to Flossmoor, that's outside Chicago. Just like seeing the two differences, and now like me growing up like in more suburban type of area. My neighborhood was predominantly Black American. Everybody there was like a good sense of community there, and that's why I value it so much, is because I did have that community growing up, and those family values were really like instilled like not only in my household but like just in our the community around us. Even like in the high schools, like I went to predominantly Black high school too, and I think it was kind of like an HBCU to me, you know. So I had that that community going on really early. But then when I lived in Los Angeles, when I see other people like in different communities, I know sometimes they may not necessarily have that. From what I hear too, and from what I experienced before I moved to Flossmoor, so it's important. That's why I kind of want to do this now, because we want to establish community in places amongst our people, in places that they don't really have that, you know. So that's kind of why we just want to get there. I think it's beneficial having like both sides, someone who does feel like they have the community and someone who felt like they lacked it, to come together to put the missing pieces of the puzzle together to make something really cohesive.
That's great. I know communities come in all sizes, big and small. So speaking of your smaller community within you guys, how does it feel to be a part of the brotherhood?
It feels really nice. It's kind of like having a second family for yourself. These people, like, you can carry on with them throughout the rest of your life. You know, you can make for the rest of your life. Like I know I have some frat brothers who their daddies, like their daddies, their frat brothers, like are their godfathers now and stuff like that. So like it's just like an extended family. It's a bond. It's protection for yourself. You know, it's a sense of belonging that you have by joining this fraternity, and that's really why we want to give exposure to this. Because like my man was saying, like, you know, in California, like Black Americans, like we don't really have that Greek, that D9 exposure, opposed to like kids growing up like in the South and the East and the Midwest. So we're trying to show them that you can have like a sense of belonging and feel like protection and a positive form of brotherhood, opposed to like what sometimes is pushed like around them, like gangs and stuff like that. We want to show them that, and then that's also an incentive for them like to pursue a higher education as well. Because like in order to join like a Divine Nine organization, like the requirement is that you have to be like enrolled in college or university. So it's kind of killing two birds with one stone with that. And we just want to show them everything that we're able to experience and still experience, man, because I'm still getting like a lot of stuff out of this. I've been in this thing for almost 2 years now, and I'm meeting people every day. It's never a dull day. It's a lot of new experiences that you can get. Like it's whatever you can make it, and I'm enjoying it thoroughly.
Yeah, I would say like even how we're like giving back to like the community and like mentoring them. Like it's like internally, like within the brotherhood, like we mentor each other. Like we're there for each other. It's definitely been like a very positive experience, and like John said, like it's like motivating each other as well as motivating like to us to go in the community and like serve, and we all have similar like common goals.
Yeah.
So that's what's keeping us not only like joining college and then joining fraternity, and then graduating, finishing, and going on to give back and keep going.
It's like we're like real friends, like joining together and bonding over like a common goal. Yeah, it tightens it, and it makes us try to push each other and iron sharpening iron. You know, that's real friendship to me.
For me, I would definitely say being a part of the brotherhood has honestly been like the most rewarding experience like throughout my college career. Honestly, in life, like as well. For me, like I grew up with just my mom and my sister, and like I grew up like around a lot of women as well. So I didn't really have like a lot of like male figures in my life to like look up to or really just learn from. So being able to be a part of this brotherhood, one thing that I learned is like it's bigger than just our chapter. It's bigger than just being a brother in Los Angeles. It's bigger than being a brother in California. It's international. You know, it's like you can go anywhere and you connect with a brother and they'll literally change your life. And even with like the members in my chapter, like I love all my frat brothers, and it's like they've all instilled in me a lot of different values that I want to take and actually better myself. And I think being a part of this fraternity has given me an opportunity to improve myself every single day. And I definitely think us being able to go out there and with everything that we know, all the knowledge that we have, to instill those same values into the youth at like in the community that we're in is like one of the most rewarding things we can do.
Sure. I want to say one more quick thing about that because you just reminded me. Yeah, that is true. Like in the fraternity, I want to be this person who I am right now without being surrounded amongst these people like on a kind of consistent basis. And they taught me a lot of stuff that I didn't even know. You know, it's also like building up your connections too. Like I learn something new every day from these people, something that I can, a piece of their life that I can, incorporate into mine. And that's something that I don't think I would have gotten without joining a fraternity. I wouldn't have, I think, developed as a person as rapidly as I feel like now, like socially, or in other aspects of my life.
Well, we know Alpha Phi Alpha develops leaders, and that's surely known with names like Martin Luther King Jr. and Raphael Warnock. So how has the org made you guys better leaders?
For me, developing leaders, I would definitely say me being a part of this fraternity like gave me the confidence to go out for roles I didn't think I could see myself in. This year, I'm currently serving as the Chief Financial Officer for the undergraduate student government, and it's like good work for me. And like I really like it. But one of the things that I'm glad that I was able to do was that I put myself out there to be in that position because I'm the first Black male to serve as Chief Financial Officer throughout the entire history of student government. So it's like, it's like being able to do that, like, I feel like I wouldn't have been able to do that without the confidence and everything that my frat brothers have given me. Like, I feel like being a part of this, it really pushes you to become your best. It pushes you to be a change maker, to make a difference in the community. And knowing that I'm able to serve in this role, serving so many students and helping them fund those projects that they want to do, I think that's just something that's really monumental for me. And I feel like even like outside of my position, like all of my frat brothers and honestly everyone in the fraternity, they're leaders in their own right. You know, they're all out making changes, doing great things. So definitely that for sure.
For me, I would say specifically like one person I could like point to as far as developing as a leader. Our chapter president, JC, has really inspired me as far as like developing as a leader, really organizationally, like with structure, and like creating like a vision and sticking to it. Also learning how to better serve that organization, at least with us, as he's our chapter president, which has allowed me to then go into different organizations on my campus, like the Black Student Union, and serve as the communications director, and then serve as the vice president for the MPAC at Cal State LA. So, like that's been very all of that has been helped me directly shape and mold myself into the leader I want to be, based off what I could see in his qualities and take from him, but also adapt it to make it my own.
Yeah, that's true. That's really true. I think some ways that Alpha helped me develop as a leader was just putting me in different positions. Like there's a lot of positions within the fraternity. There's like service. Oh, speaking of which, man, like we didn't get a chance to introduce our positions in the fraternity. So me and Khalil, we are community service heads. Prince, my man, he gonna be vice president next semester. So he's getting ready for that. Yeah. So there's a lot of different roles in the fraternity. Like there's social, there's service, there's like social media, there's community service. I had a chance now to have experience now in all these different areas and facets. Not like a vice president or president, but just like a lot of different stuff there. and it gives you like a lot of experience on how to run certain events. It teaches you. It's just a lot of good learning lessons that you get to like develop and learn like in college. A lot of good hard and soft skills with communication, with scheduling, with goal managing and event managing, delegation. I learned all this stuff while being at Alpha, and I'm blessed to have the opportunity because I don't know if any organization will kind of give me that experience. So yeah, you learn every day how to be a leader, whether you like it or not. And it's good that I'm sitting next to dudes who actually put themselves in those positions, and then we're seeing how it's translating to like our lives, like in things we do outside of the fraternity. It's just making us like into better leaders. So that's part of it, developing leaders, and that's what's doing for us.
Well, what are some of the signature events of Alpha Delta here on USC's campus?
Signature event that we have is normally Miss Black and Gold scholarship pageant. We do the homecoming tailgate every year. Now we're trying to incorporate our new service initiative. It's called the Alpha Delta Adolescent Development Initiative. We kind of want to make that specifically for the Alpha Delta chapter and for it to add to our legacy in Los Angeles. This is when we're doing like the college application events. There's also a few other events that we have, including college application event, a financial education workshop, which is where we take the children to the Greif at Entrepreneurship Lab, and they can develop like their own businesses and learn what it takes like to create a business for themselves. We do financial education talks, which is actually the event that we just had. We had Bank of America come in and present to the students different financial topics. We have college exposure events where we talk to the freshmen and sophomores and just tell them what they need to do starting now so that they can put themselves in the best position to go to college or wherever they want to do at the end of their 4 years in high school. And then we also have a Divine Nine exposure event where we like to come in and step and perform and train, put on like a mini yard show for the children, and just tell them about that the fraternity life so they can have that option growing up. So that's something like that we want to start doing now as a chapter, and that we want that to be a signature event.
And in addition to that, like campus tours as well.
What does the future of Alpha Delta's community service events look like?
Yeah, I would say really the initiative that John Russell just spoke to, but then also like getting the campus and the broader community involved as well, because like we have our platform and we like to help extend that and use like our platform in the community and our brand ability to get other people to help work with us to really broaden and strengthen our impact.
Speaking of working with the community, you guys recently partnered up with the BSA, which is the Black Student Assembly, if people do not know, here at USC. And you guys had an event about voting rights. Could you please expand upon what happened?
Yeah, so one of our national programs for Alpha Phi Alpha Incorporated is a voteless people is a hopeless people. So that means basically just educating those that are disenfranchised about voters' rights. So what we did with the Black Student Assembly, we basically just tried to make sure that we gave a presentation about everything that's going on, so different upcoming elections, especially with the new presidential election going on the next year. We wanted to make sure that people knew exactly how to vote, and we also gave them the opportunity to register to vote as well. Towards the end of the presentation, we also facilitated a discussion about voters' rights. So we also talked about different laws that were, like, of course, happening in Georgia, Louisiana, that kind of historically work against Black communities to make sure that they don't have access to vote. So during that meeting, we were able to facilitate a conversation where we actually learned a lot more about like different voting issues. So it's pretty good.
Okay, so thank you guys so much for your involvement with the BSA and your event that you put on. So what are some ways that you guys are making it happen as pillars in the Black community?
Yeah, so I think not only as alphas, but like specifically like for us as Alpha Delta, like we pride ourselves on being dominant in every field that we can possible. So I would say like my ace Avion, he got his own clothing brand, Exclusive Co, and he part of MPSC, and he does like a lot of our like chapter like graphics and flyers. So that's very important to us. As far as myself, like I DJ, I'm in the MPSC leadership, incoming vice president, as well as serving other roles in the chapter as well. My Trey, Ethan Jones, I'm saying he be doing his business ventures on the side and really doing his research thing. And Javon Torres with NSBE, National Society of Black Engineers. He's been the president, I believe, for the past 2 years now, so really good job there.
Yeah, and our sixth, Fred Dorton III, he's a part of the NPAC as well. He serves as the treasurer, so he's definitely been helping out with that. And also our jewel, Ian Alonzo, within the chapter, he's also our treasurer as well, making sure we're staying in order with our finances. Of course, my eighth, he's definitely going crazy with his music, Sultan Laboso. Like, y'all need to stream his stuff. He's going crazy right now. He's doing great. And then also just with myself, like being a part of USG's, like it's definitely been like a monumental moment for me. So it's definitely been great. But I think also just like trying to build upon that is like thinking about the people that came before us as well. And also like, Spring 22 has definitely made like some big changes in the community too.
Yeah, my line, like me, I was formerly NPHC president at USC. I have a marketing company as well that I run. My Trey Malik, he has his dog training business that he has. My quad Chase Jeter, he's the chapter president and he's also like heavily involved like in blockchain. My aide Sierra, right, he plays for the football team at USC and he also is acting in stuff as well. And then my tail Colin Mobley, he does a lot of service stuff for the chapter. So does Sierra, and Colin, he has like his own photography business too. He's been doing a lot with that. He's making big strides.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
We see you guys in all the fields.
Everything we touch turns old gold. Yeah.
Period. So is there anything
That's
you want
it.
to tell the viewers at home about what's going on?
Yeah, so next semester we just ended our last event of this semester. But next semester we're very excited. We're doing like a lot with service in a lot of different areas too. One other area of service I forgot to mention, we like to volunteer and be more involved like at shelters, housing shelters for like women and children too. We're gonna be doing like a lot more events there as well. But I'm just excited, man, about like the service initiative that we have for like the high schoolers. That's gonna be very impactful for the city of LA and just different other opportunities that like present to us. So we'll be ready for that.
Yeah, I'm personally excited for our programming in the community, not only at USC but at Cal State LA as well, bridging that gap, crossing that over to my personal campus. I would like to see more of that.
Yeah.
Back to what Prince was saying, we definitely want to make sure that we increase our presence on different campuses such as USC, Cal State LA, and Occidental College. We definitely want to make sure we also increase our collaborations as well. So we started to do that this year with the Black Student Assembly. So we want to make sure that we start to increase the different organizations that we are working with. Like, they don't always have to be affiliated with the Divine Nine. We also want to make sure we have a broader outreach with the people that we, communicate with and host events with. So that's definitely something you can also be on the lookout with. But if you want to make sure that you stay in touch with the Alpha Delta chapter and see everything that we do have going on throughout the rest of the year, you can make sure you reach out to us on Instagram at Alpha Delta 1921. Also give us a follow as well.
No doubt.
Yay! Well, thank you guys so much for showing up and showing out as intricate parts of the culture. And just
Together we can make it happen.